Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and in today's video we are going to be going over the One Punch Man settings. And I don't think anybody has really gone over these. These are kind of simple, but you kind of get a better knowledge about the settings, and if you want to learn more about the game, you can go to our channel and you can see a little bit more about this game, and you can get more understanding of it. There's not really much YouTubers, so I thought that it'd be a good idea to go on and make on my own videos, since the YouTube community it's alright, but the amount of YouTubers are pretty shallow and they've been leaving, so I decided it's my turn to come in and make some videos to capitalize on that. So alright, first of all, gameplay. Dynamic camera and manual camera. These two settings are on by itself, they're good. Doesn't matter, you can choose any of them. I prefer manual because you can drag your cursor around, then you can hold your cursor and then move your mouse around. It just feels more like, like Roblox, kind of that camera. And dynamic camera, this can be, it locks in your camera, so you just move your mouse around, and then that works that way. But I don't suggest this. I suggest using this one. Actually, if I used this one, I would have been better at combat, because there's some times where my mouse is placed around here, and I click my link too soon. So then I have less time on my link, so it's actually a tactical advantage to use this dynamic camera. Anyways, lock cursor in window, you want to turn this on so your cursor doesn't go out of the window. Camera speed, I put this on 20. You can put it on however much value you want, but please note that the mobile version, I actually play the mobile version on this account, of course. The settings are the same, so that means that the settings are saved on the account, not the client. So if it's 20, my phone's on 20, and my phone sensitivity, I'd rather it on like 35, because it's actually really low on 20. So be aware of that. That's why your phone settings are pretty low. The phone settings are better on higher camera speeds, and the PC settings are better on lower than the phone settings. Exploration options, manual camera, or you want to have it same as the battle options. But that's why I turned it on to manual, because the exploration, you want to have a free cursor, and so that's why I have this on manual. But if you're using dynamic camera here, use dynamic camera here, just because it's more comfortable. Motion blur. I think everybody knows what motion blur is, but this is no motion blur, right? Very clear. And you can kind of tell when you have low FPS though, because when you're spinning your camera around, you can see every frame. And that's not really... This is good to have on, because it's not a competitive shooter, so it doesn't give you disadvantage, but this is what it does. You can see how it blurs a little bit of it. That's perfectly fine, and I think this makes the game way smoother when you're moving your camera around. So that is motion blur. So that's why I like motion blur. I think it looks cool too, so I have this on. And for camera auto horizontal leveling, you want to turn this off. This just basically puts it at auto horizontally. So if, for example, I wait here, I think it'll take a while, but it moves my camera upwards. I think that's what it does, at least. I'm not sure. So let's turn that back off. So now we got camera turns left and right to follow movement. I'll show you guys what it does. It turns your camera a little bit. You can see how it turns my camera automatically, like this, right? And if I turn this off, what it does is it doesn't do that, of course. But here's what it looks like. It follows. It doesn't turn sideways. It just follows your character instead. All right, back to settings. Back to settings we go. Camera distance, I put this at 50. You can put it however you like, but I think 50 is a good number. It's right in the middle, and it's what you get already, so you'll be used to it. Camera speed 20. Again, you want same camera speed is in battle as in the overworld. Now controls, they actually mapped out the controls really well already as it is. And maybe if you have a hotkey, for example, you can, or maybe like macros on your desk or something, then you could probably assign these to these. Like you could just assign the individual keys to whatever these ones are, because they can be a little confusing. Like I'm not trying to memorize every single one of these, but yeah, definitely these are some good ones just for the battle actions. and the basic actions. I think they did a good job mapping them out already, so I wouldn't change those. But these ones, these function buttons, you could change. For video, I have these max graphics. I have a 1080p monitor, full screen, refresh rate, VSync. I already have VSync on, I think. I don't think I need VSync because I have G-Sync on my monitor, so I don't think I need this. This could also be good. I'm actually turning this on. I think it maybe makes you stutter less. Special effects high, reflection high, whatever. So I'm gonna go over these settings right now. So first of all, special effects. These are like a Silverfang's trail when he's using his water technique, or water fish flowing rock technique, whatever it's called. There's like a trail. That's like the resolution of that, and the detail. There's like the particles in the game. Reflection. This is reflection off glass, reflection off the floor when it's raining, that kind of stuff. So this can also affect your performance as well, because it has to do some rendering and physics. So you can turn this low if you really want to, or this one low if you really want to. Now for shadow, I have this on high. You can turn this off or low. Basically, just I'd prefer this off if you're not using any shadows than like really low. But basically, it's cast by players, by you, by the NPCs, by the buildings, etc., by the bosses. It's basically everything, I think. Now for anti-aliasing, this is actually very it shows a lot. You can see how it's really scratchy around the edges, especially with these guys, and they're kind of like flickering almost, because when they're walking around, they're changing the pixels, right? And they're kind of changing the jagged edges, because your screen is made out of pixels, right? Not circles. They're made out of squares. So there'll be jagged edges if you really look really closely. It's like very minute details. So what this does is it blurs it. Here, it blurs some of it. So it kind of pieces together those jagged edges. You can see it's slightly more blurry, but what it gives you is smooth edges, and they won't really flicker as much, which is really good, and I think that is a great setting to have. Now for for NPC density and post-processing, kind of don't know what these do. I've tried them. You want to turn these on, they definitely have to do with the graphics, okay? So if you have a good PC, turn these on. If you're like lagging on like 30 FPS or whatever, you want to turn these down. You always want to always want to prioritize your frames up to 60, right? So if you're getting 50 frames, turn down your graphics to get 60, or 30 frames, whatever, turn your graphics more down to get 60. Once you're 60, you can tweak these settings however you like, as long as you maintain 60 FPS, because that gives you the best experience you can have. So let's go to display. You can have this manual, fixed map, whatever you want. The cone will move around this map, so the mini map here, it turns around the view cone. So this is where your player's facing, and this is where your cone is facing. This is where you can see, right? So this turns around. While you turn around, can be distracting. If you would like to, you can turn it off. I have this on fixed map. In competitive shooters, I have this on manual. I don't know why. I have it on manual. But fixed map, I recommend that. Animations. This button, don't use this. If you're playing a lot, don't use this. You can use this, sure. But don't use this. It's tedious, it takes up a lot of time. If you really like the animations that much, playing over and over and over again, turn this on. But if you just want to save time, disable this animation, you'll see it a lot. Disable this animation, you'll see it a lot. Don't disable this, because they're pretty cool, and I think it could lag you. So if you're like lagging, you could turn this on maybe. But I'd have this off. I want to see what my teammates have. Damage number, turn this on. You want to see how much damage you're doing. If you're doing a lot, if you're doing not as much. Especially in team play, you don't actually know how much damage you're doing if you're just looking at the health bar, because your teammates are doing this. Now this one, I'm gonna go over this in a different video. This is very this tells a lot about the future of the game, and I don't think many people are catching on. Anyways, detailed button display and homepage. Show display rules, always display dynamic hit effect. I turned this on just now. I turned this on. I don't know what it does, but it sounds cool. I'm pretty sure camera shakes when you're like using abilities or whatever, which sounds really cool. Can make it more immersive, but if you're like really competitive, turn this off. I'm just gonna try this on, see how it is. I don't actually know. Now dialogue, this all depends on what you're at, but I'd say fast so that you can read through the text, but you don't have to skip, because a lot of times I skip the cutscenes and I don't know what the heck's happening, even though I've watched the anime. If I'm doing a side quest, I don't know what happened. I just got like a reward or something, and I don't even know how I got it. Anyways, sound, I have this on master volume 40, game music 50, sound effects 80, character voice 80. Now, I use these settings. You can change it to however you like. It starts at 60 default, I think. Or all of them 80, maybe all of them 60 default. So yeah, for language now, English, Portuguese, Spanish. This is user center. This is for your Google accounts or for your account that you're connecting up to it. Unstuck, this basically moves you. So if you saw where I was earlier, it moves you to a location. This you can use when you're like stuck. For example, if you get glitched in to this corner and you can't move, this makes it so you teleport. So you can teleport, which is good. And then gift code, these are for your codes. So this is where you go to enter your codes that you find in One Punch Man from via the Twitter, via the Discord server, or via your YouTubers. Now I think this game should add custom YouTuber codes, so that I get them more engaged with YouTubers. Maybe they made more than, let's just say, 30 videos about One Punch Man. Then they get themselves a code, right? I think that would be a good idea. Anyways, I'll leave speculation and theories and what they should do in 4 different videos. This is my settings video, and I just told you guys what they can do and what the best settings are. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.